Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the High Performance Trader. I am your host, Joshua Salvetti, and today we're going to be doing a trade recap. Today is, drum roll please, boom, 519. Let's break it down. God is good. God is extremely good. And I want to talk about today in this recap, the number one goal of having a strategy, okay? You know, you go on YouTube, you look at all these different people and all their strategies, right? Purpose, right? What's the true meaning behind a strategy, right? And it's actually quite simple. A strategy serves one purpose, ladies and gentlemen. That's to identify opportunity. That's it. That's it. Your strategy, your craft, your skill set, your knowledge, your wisdom serves one purpose. And that's to make sense of this crazy price action, okay? When you look at this price action in front of you, you need to be able to spot the opportunity, right? Now, I want you guys to we're going to take a trip down memory lane real quick, okay? And I want you to think about the first time you ever looked at a chart. First time you looked at a chart, what'd you see? You looked at a bunch of candlesticks, and you're like, what the heck? What is this, right? Then you started to learn a little bit. You're like, oh, well, if I buy the low and sell the high, I can make endless amounts of money. And your brain plays tricks on you, right? Because you'll look at this chart once it's done, and you'll assume, right? You'll assume automatically, oh, I would have made the perfect trade, right? You automatically in your mind run through these scenarios. You start to tell yourself, yes, trading's easy. I just got to follow this very simple approach, right? So today in this video, I want to break down the goal of your strategy, which is to identify opportunity. What up, Roderick, my man? Oh, yeah, absolutely, bro. You're 100% right. And I actually want to talk about that. Roderick said, today was tough if you didn't wait for price to pull back to the EMA. Yes, absolutely. And I really want to digest that because think about it. What is the purpose of the EMA? Okay, the purpose of an EMA is to identify opportunity. Everything on the chart, every tool we use, every indicator, every price point, every level, pit number, EMA, cloud, whatever you name it, has one purpose, and it's to identify opportunity. Okay, so I want to do a quick breakdown. Let me pull up the Discord here so I can show you guys how I did today. Okay, so today I took 3 trades. I ended around 5:30. It was a little more. It was like around 5:60 on the day. At one point, one of my trades, I was up 870. My first trade I took was a loss. Okay, so the first trade I took today, which was this long, way the hell in no man's land. Okay, this was a long play, and I got stomped out. Right, and I want to talk about this trade because it's very important to talk about. We're extremely far away from every critical level. Now, my approach is quite simple, right? It's open print, moving average cross, RBI, GBI, okay? 3 steps. Now, in front of you, we have a moving average cross on SPY. We had a red bar ignored, but we're extremely far away from any critical level, okay? So this is important, right? So that was a loss. My second trade was right here around 12, 11, right, a little bit like 11:20. And then my third trade was at 12 o'clock, okay? 12 o'clock, we caught a really nice long play targeting end of day. So that I really want to break this down. It was overall phenomenal. It was a good day, and I'm quite thankful for it. But once again, guys, the key lesson here is our job, which is to identify opportunity, okay? It doesn't matter what strategy you use. It doesn't matter what tools you use. I don't care if it's support, resistance, supply, demand, breakouts, VWAP. I don't care what it is. Your purpose is to identify opportunity. Okay, so let's talk about it. So let me pull up the pre-market plan here because we were on point today when it came to the pre-market plan. And the cool part about it is, pre-market plan is all about market structure. Okay, market structure is how the market talks to us, okay? It's either bullish, it's either bearish, or it's either chaotic, okay? There's 3 scenarios. It could either be bullish, it could either be bearish, or it could be chaotic. Now, chaotic market structure is fruitful, okay? They're all fruitful as long as you can spot it, okay? So let's talk about the pre-market plan here. Now, this is what it looked like. Now, we had this critical level here at previous day low, okay? Previous day low was extremely significant because it was bearish structure. Why was it bearish structure? Let's talk about it. Support, rally, break. Now, in the event of a retest, support turns to resistance, okay? So once again, bearish structure. Now, just because the structure is bearish doesn't mean it's going to sell off. No, it doesn't. All what it means is if buyers hold previous day low, that's irregular and she's going to rally, okay? Now, what happened? Buyers took previous day low, and what happened? She rallied, okay? So it's very important to learn to understand this, okay? When you're looking at the pre-market and you're going, okay, we have this bearish structure here. We have this super important level that starts right here at, what is this? Tuesday's high, Monday's high, or Tuesday, Wednesday, and now today, okay? So it looks something like this. It's lining right up with previous day low. Now, this chart in front of you, is this bullish or bearish? This is bullish, okay? This is bullish structure. Now, what happens when this happens and we break it? This now is starting to become bearish, okay? So the market's going, hey, in the event we retest previous day low, it makes sense that sellers are there. Now, does that mean sellers are going to be there? No. It doesn't. All what it means is if they're not, price is going to rally, okay? That's bearish structure breaking. Therefore, we're going to want to look for longs, okay? Now, watch what happens when we come up to previous day low, okay? Boom. We blow right through previous day low, and we don't get a red candle until 10:15, okay? We finally get a red bar that's ignored. The trend's pretty healthy. We're extremely far away from the 1 hour time frame. But I'm like, you know what? I'm going to go long here, targeting end of day. Okay? First trade, loss. Stomped out. Now, once again, always a 1 bar stop. Okay? So even though it was a loss, I only risked 1 bar. So I took the loss and I'm like, okay, immediately whipped out my journal and said, is the RBI valid if it's nowhere near a critical level? No, it is not valid, okay? It doesn't mean it's still not telling you something, okay? It just means don't automatically act on it as if it's your strategy. See, your strategy represents opportunity. Now, if you neglect one of the steps, does it still represent the same opportunity? No. If your car only has 3 wheels, is it going to drive the way it usually drives? No. Okay? So once again, don't just compromise because you're eager to get into the market. That is what I called this. This is eager. I was eager. I didn't want to miss any more of the move. Therefore, I entered in at a bad spot. I got stomped out. Okay, cool. Over it. On to the next. So now let's go back to the Discord so we can look at my second trade that I took. We'll go over here into SPY Alert so I can show you guys where I called it out. Because I actually got in and then added into the position. It was pretty cool. Okay. At 11:11 a.m., I'm saying I'm hopping in longs, right? So this is what the market looks like here when I'm getting back into the market long on SPY, okay? So at 11:11 a.m., let's see where that is. It is right here, okay? So once again, now I'm getting back into the market. If I pull this up, you can see we're getting a nice bounce off the EMA cloud, okay? And if I show you SPX, it'll make a lot more sense, okay? Because SPX actually came right down to previous day open print, okay? You see previous day open print right here? Draw a box, bam. So at 11:11, which is right here, I'm entering the market long, okay? Now, this candle was green, so this becomes an RBI. Now, what's the difference between this RBI and this RBI that I took the loss on? This RBI is actually a result of a retest of a critical level. There's no retest here at a critical level, no follow through. But here we get a retest of previous day open print. We get a nice push here. That would have been a great long entry as well, because you got that red bar ignored right here, right? But I got in right here, and my stop loss goes below the 11:05 candle, okay? Now, let me just see here where I added in. Okay, so you'll see here. I'm in the market long. At 11:31, I'm adding into the market, okay? So this is where I'm now adding into the position, okay? And it's not because I'm trying to I get lucky. It's because the market's unraveling in a bullish fashion. Okay. So that's what I'm looking at. I'm going, okay, buyers are in control. They took control of previous day open print. I'm in long right here. Sellers try to come in and they lose. So at that point, I'm getting back into the market once we got this candle right here. Okay. So you guys see this candle right here, this 11:30. This is a green bar wiping out the red bar in front of it. This is a sign of strength. So now I'm getting back into, I'm in the market. Now I'm adding on a contract. And if you guys remember, price was a little slow. There wasn't a lot of volume. But at this point, I'm willing to enter the market long and target end of day. Okay. So once again, first trade, loss right here. Second trade, I'm in long right here. My stop loss is right here. And then I'm adding a contract right here. Okay. Now, the reason I'm doing this is because buyers continuously are showing their strength. Okay. And critical levels are being respected. Moving averages are trending up. And then we got another red bar ignored. Okay, I'm adding in, and we capture a really nice push here. Right? Boom. Very nice push. So once again, I'm allowing the market to tell me what to do. Okay? I'm allowing my knowledge to identify opportunity based on the market structure, based on the moving averages, based off the critical levels. Okay, so I end up trimming a contract at the high and then stomping out of the rest of the position. And then at 12:04, I'm getting back in longs. Now, I had a lot of questions about this one. I just want to point it out. So right here, you guys see, market looked like this. I'm getting into the market long when it looks like this. Okay, now, this one's pretty, we could talk about this one. This one, hold on. I want to make sure you guys can see it. Okay. So there's a lot to talk about right here, right? Number one is look at the 50 EMA here on SPX. Okay. You guys see all this selling right here around the 50? Just look at price action here. We rally above the 50. We false breakout. We fall back below. We rally into the 50, we reject the 50. We rally into the 50, we lose the 50, we take the 50. Okay, price is moving. We're in long right here, but then we're out of the trade. Now I get back into the position right here. Why? Why am I getting back into the position right here? It's a very simple answer. It's because price is either going to go from this point back down to previous open print and back down to open print or PDL, right? It's either going to go down or it's going to go up, okay? The market imbalance is going to happen. I just need to be able to look at price action and understand what's the highest probability, right? What has the highest probable scenario? Now, when I look at price right here and I see that we rejected the 50, now we're back above the 50, and then the 20 starts to get respected. And as my boy Todd from Louisiana says, when the moving averages start being respected, you got to play them, okay? So once again, rejecting the 50, back above the 50. Now I'm looking at this and I remember thinking, I'm like, man, there's no way that's going back down to open print. I was like, look at the way it's holding the 50. Okay. I was like, are you willing to get in right here? Is your risk appropriate? And I was like, well, let me see what the 2 minutes telling me. Okay. Look at the 2-minute 20 here, guys. Remember, I'm getting in long on this candle right here, right? This guy. What's the 2-minute telling us? Respecting the 50, the 20, the 20, the 20, the 20. I'm in that, okay? That is not bearish. That is bullish. How do I know this? Because the moving averages are being respected in a bullish fashion. So I named this video, Buy the Highs, Sell the Lows. It's a little bit contradictory because we're always taught to sell the high, buy the low. But the thing is that will cause you to predict. And we don't like to predict. We like to react. I like to look at this chart and go, okay, who's in control? How do I know it? Right? Price is either going up here to close the gap, or it's going down here to close this gap. Based off how price is respecting previous open print, based on how price is respecting the moving averages, I'm willing to play that long, targeting end of day. Absolute good trade. It's a great trade. Nothing special, but it was beautiful. Okay? Beautiful. You're right, Roderick. It was definitely a tough day. Now, every time we have a tough day, we have to ask ourselves, how can we make it better? Right? We got to be like, okay, is there any way I could implement a pullback into the EMAs in a part of my strategy? Absolutely. Absolutely. Every time you get an RBI or a GBI, wait for the pullback. You know, it's all about adapting. Okay. The last thing, like you guys know me, I preach trade the same approach every single day, but be able to be like water. Okay. Use the skills, right? You guys have knowledge of how price action moves. Okay. All you need to do is spot opportunity. Now, this doesn't mean go full retard, throw the strategy away. Okay. It means wait for your opportunity, but pounce on it. Honestly, like the way we rallied above previous day low today was insane. We really couldn't get a good entry. But once again, we knew, which is why we said it in the pre-market plan, if buyers take PDL, this thing's going to rally. Okay? So once again, sometimes I just feel like we complicate things like crazy. I do too, right? Guys, I literally took a long right here. Okay? Now, I went long right here. I took a loss. But in my journal, I'm like, okay, I was trying not to miss any more of the move, and I was nowhere near a critical level. So once again, this was another learning experience. We ended up ending green on the day, which I'm thankful for. But once again, it's because of our ability to spot the opportunity. Okay. So, you know, quick lesson. I just wanted to break that down today, guys. I appreciate you guys coming and listening. Make sure you subscribe to our data reports. They're phenomenal resources. Okay. And guys, anybody willing in that wants to join a phenomenal team, right? The month of May, I'm running a 20% off. Okay. Your first month. The promo code is going to be execute. Okay. So if you type execute into the promo code, you'll get 20% off. Okay. So guys, let's finish this month strong. It's been a tough month, but just look at price action. Okay. Just look at this. We are ripping. Okay. So in this week's webinar, we're going to be talking about swing trades. Okay. I want to start throwing in some swings. I think we have the tools to do it. So we're going to be talking about some plays, probably like 2 or 3 months out on Tesla, Nvidia, and you know, just long term. I think that's a phenomenal resource. We have the knowledge, we have the tools, so it's time to start utilizing them. And more importantly, guys, we're entering a bull market. Okay, we got good news in the fundamentals. The trade wars coming together, things are coming together, right? So we're going to capitalize on all this. Okay, so guys, make the decision, join the team, level up, and I love you. Keep crushing it. Make sure you journal, take full accountability. Okay, how could you become better, and how could you continue to become the absolute best version of you? Todd, I love you, brother. I hope you have a phenomenal night. I'm hopping off. I got to go get my daughter from dance. But I love you guys. Keep killing it. Peace.